Muy buenos días. Este capítulo es chapter 16 de la segunda parte de este libro. The introduction to the scope of the Tesla lectures. Before proceeding to study the three Tesla lectures here presented, the reader may find some assistance to have his attention directed to the main point of interest and significance therein. The first of this lecture was delivered in New York as Columbia College before the American Institute of Electrical Engineer, May 20, 1891. The urgent desire expressed immediately from a part of Europe for an opportunity to witness the brilliant and unusual experiment with which the lecture was accompanied induced Mr. Tesla to go to England early in 1892, when he appeared before the Institution's electrical engineer, and they later by a special request before the Royal Institute. His reception was the most enthusiastic and flattering nature of both occasions. He then went by invitation to France and repeated his novel demonstration before the Société Internationale des Électriciens and the Société Française de Physique. Mr. Tesla returned to America in the fall of 1892. I apologize, for the French pronunciation. In February 1893, delivered his third lecture before the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia, in fulfillment of a long-standing promise to Prof. Hewson the following week, at the request of President James Ayer in the National Electric Light Association. The same lecture was redelivered in St. Louis. It had been intended to limit the invitation to members, but the appeals for residents of the city were so numerous and pressing that it became necessary to secure a very large hall. Hence, it came about that lecture was listened by an audience of over 5,000 people, and was in some parts more popular nature than either of its predecessors, despite this concession to the need to the hour and occasion. Mr. Tesla did not hesitate to show many new and brilliant experiments, and to advance the frontier of discovery far beyond any point he had therefore marked publicly. We may not proceed to run in review of the lectures themselves. The ground covered by them is so vast that only the leading ideas and experiment can here be touched upon. Besides, it's preferable that the lectures should be carefully gone over for their own sake, it being more than likely that each student will discover a new beauty as a stimulus in them. Taking up the course of reasoning followed by Mr. Tesla. His first lecture, it will be noted that he started out with the recognition of the facts which has now experimentally demonstrated that for the production of light wave, primarily electrostatic effects, must be brought into play, and continued study has led him to the opinion that all electrical and magnetic effects may be referred to electrostatic molecular forces. This opinion finds singular confirmation in one of the most striking experiments which he described, namely the production of a veritable flame by the agitation of electrostatically charged molecules. It is of the highest interest to observe that his results point out a way of obtaining the flame which consumes no material and in which no chemical action would ever take place. He also throws a light on the nature of the ordinary flame, which Mr. Tesla believed to be due to electrostatic molecular action, which it is true will lead directly to the idea that even chemical infinite might be electrostatic in their nature, and that has already been suggested molecular force generally may be referred to one of the same cause. This singular phenomenon accounts in plausible manner for the unexplained fact that buildings are frequently set on fire during thunderstorms without having been at all struck by lightning. It may also explain the total disappearance of ships at the sea. Just imagine he's talking about like a Bermuda Triangle, right? He say it may explain the total disappearance of ships at sea. One of the striking proofs of the correctness of the idea advanced by Mr. Tesla is the fact that notwithstanding the employment of most powerful electromagnetic inductive effects, both feeble luminosity is obtained and this only at close proximity to source of disturbance, whereas when the electrostatic effects are intensified, the same initial energy suffices to excite luminosity and considerable distance from the source. That there are only electrostatic effects active seems to be clearly proved by Mr. Taylor. Experiment will be an induction coil operate with alternate current at very high frequency. He showed how a tube may be made to glow brilliantly and considerably distant from any object when placed in a powerful, rapidly alternating electrostatic field. And he described many interesting phenomena observed in such field. His experiment opened the possibility of lighting an apartment by simply creating such an electrostatic field, and this is a certain way will appear to be the ideal method of lighting a room, and it will allow the illumination device to be freely moved about. The power with which this exhausted you devoid any electro light up in certain remarkable. That the principle propounded by Mr. Stella is broad one is evident from the many ways in which it was practiced.